Hey paisanos, it's the Super Sega Super Show.
Are these sprites going to be like, is it going to be like super obvious that they're a bunch of mixed things? Like, some of it is going to be from the, yeah, it's looking like that, but some of it's going to be from the classic game, okay. And some of it's going to be from like Sonic Advance.
Well, no, not that. No, they're not just going to remember those sprites look totally different. Sonic Advance is a leaner Sonic.
Oh yeah, this is before the sequel.
Yeah, so this is as you just saw at the beginning there. That's when you get the
It's,
six Chaos Emeralds in Sonic One.
oh, so this is before Sonic 2?
Yes,
Oh, I guess that's the name.
and now we begin at Hilltop Heights Zone, which is a fantastic opening level, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, people, places, we're going to be thinking about Sonic archetypes, and when they show up, it's probably going to be a big part of the early parts of discussion. And this is an interesting place to start.
Ah, but it gets even more interesting as things go on. You'll see. Is it right here? Oh, wow, that was some good skipping. But here we go.
Oh, that's cool. So
That was
you
amazing.
basically just go down into the hills.
Yep. I mean, if I kept on the path, then I would have seen the. It would have been like a much more steady progression down the path, but I decided to I decided to jump because I usually when you play enough Sonic games, you sort of get the inkling of sometimes when to jump.
Oh,
Um,
so you can basically stay in the. It doesn't like force you
oh,
underground. You could possibly stay in the sky
oh
the
no,
whole
I
time.
think the first part you definitely have to go down at least once. Um, but yeah, so it's just that I jumped and skipped some level design which because it was a straight plunge down, but I was going down and already to the right by doing the jump at the right time.
Hmm.
The thing is that as you'll notice with this, and usually a lot of Sonic fan games, some of the sprite art that they take is very obviously from Sonic CD, because everybody loves the stuff that happens in Sonic CD. Like
Yeah.
the stuff from the springs, like how he comes off of the springs, that's Sonic CD only. Um, and and I'm
What
not
do you mean by the stuff from the springs? Like
like
how
just
he
like right now, yeah,
bounces?
how he twirls as when he bounces off. That's from Sonic CD. Everybody loves that and keeps using it in fan games. The thing is, though, is that, and I'm not aware of it at this time, but there's another thing that everybody loves that is also in this game, the Super Peel Out, which is also from Sonic
Hmm.
CD. It's just that I didn't know it was there, so I never used it. Um, but no, it's not like it's like super essential. Just kind of helpful when you go when you need to go up the high slopes. Because the same thing with at least if they tested this out right, then it should be this. Usually the
Am
thing is with
I
this.
mistaken? Or does it look like the ground tiles feel really seedy-ish and like how huge they are?
No, but that I don't think that's an only CD thing. Um, I think like they do become larger as like you go through like Sonic 2 and 3, but I might be wrong. It's been a while.
Okay, so yeah, continue with your thought now.
Yeah. So the thing is that the the thing with the Sonic CD stuff is that yeah, everybody loves it and everyone uses that. There's no real issue. It's just I think there was a time where it was where just everybody kept using it kind of thing. During the Sonic fan game boom, because there are definitely a lot more Sonic fan games than you think. But even in the way,
No, I honestly, I'm assuming that, especially since there's no danger to them getting in trouble for it. like Sonic fan games are probably only second to like Pokemon fan games.
But Pokemon fan games take a lot more. Well, I guess that depends. And how you decide to change things up. But
Hmm.
the
Oh, I
thing
love this.
the thing is that
It's just literally a tree.
yeah, even with like
Has there ever been just a literal giant tree you jump through?
in the 2D games,
It seems kind of like something that's to the point where it's like an archetype in Mario now. You'd think that Sonic would have done it at least once.
well, in the 3D games, you do have something like that in Sonic Unleashed for a bit. Um, but in the 2D games, I don't think so. Maybe in Triple Trouble, because I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
There is what I mean. This is less of a level thing, but more like there is a set piece in like what was it? Mushroom Hill Zone, where you like run up a trunk or something. Was it Mushroom Hill or Angel Island Zone? It was one of the two. The point, same game. The point is that you technically like run up the trunk of a tree, but that's like in like 2 seconds. It's just a little oh look at what you're doing kind of thing, rather than anything
Interesting.
with the platforming. Now, what's weird about this special stage is that you'd think it'd be hard to go right, like to lean to the right, except that it's actually really easy, and that throws you off.
You can go right?
You know how I'm
Oh
going
yeah, I'm seeing
forward?
it now because I'm looking at you and it looked like you're on one plane the whole
It's like
time, but now I realized you weren't.
it's like really easy to speed up to and go too far in that one. But the special stages are simple. Just collect as many rings as you can, and you get lives based off of those rings. Also, they are very obviously doing slight retooling of the poses he does in the Sonic CD opening. Like they're not even trying.
This person loves Sonic CD.
A lot of people love Sonic CD, which is it's weird when you actually see a reviewer that's like, I don't really like it. Like Radical Soda. The thing is,
Why is he? Does he hate fun?
from his other videos, no, but he is sort of weird in what he does like, because his favorite Sonic game is Sonic Heroes, and that, while being I consider that a good, with a question mark, Sonic game.
It's definitely a unique opinion.
Yes.
I mean, I can't say anything because I like. What's that game that I like? 3D Blast.
Oh, what? Oh, yes, that's right. We're back. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But the thing is that he does put up some good arguments. And as I said, just like it's not like every level in that is perfect design. I still think Wacky Workbench, that's not in the past, could use a lot more work.
Yeah.
And Metallic Madness
Use
is
a lot
boring.
less wacky and a lot more work.
Yeah, but Metallic, and same with Metallic Madness. But that's like just two.
Also, the last level, I don't know if I'd have figured out what to do if you didn't figure it out. Like, if I played that by myself, I don't know if I'd have figured that out.
The last level?
The one where you're basically going through different sections and have to beat them. Like, we were super lost for a while.
Super. Oh, right. But that was because I was stuck.
Wow,
Yes, those are the
very,
fuzzies.
very, very like, it's literally
This
them.
is yes, but this is like one of the only instances where that's actually where it's just that. I don't know why. It's like it stands out so much.
Yeah, that's
But
the thing. Just, it's so egregious.
but the thing is that it does affect the level, just like in Yoshi's Island, where the verticality and such of it really does change depending on when you're high or not.
This is the second level, right?
Yes.
I like the music. I'm trying to remember what I was about to say. Honestly, oh yeah, you can tell it's a fan game. Also because, well, actually no, that's not true. Never mind. I was gonna say, wow, the very obvious cutscenes. But then I remembered Sonic Mania had them. But then I remember Sonic Mania is basically a fan game. So
And the thing is that Sonic Mania's cutscenes don't show up until like the end. Everything else is sprite based.
oh yeah, I guess that's true. So yeah, I guess I can use that. You can tell it's a fan game because different cutscenes.
Again, like a lot of them are just blatant things with Sonic CD, just using the very obvious Sonic CD stills. It's it's weird how just like Tails is the kid here and he's the one getting high. It's a kite. I want to fly high.
Right.
So just as you'll see, it's sort of a pattern that is consistent. It's dual stories sort of at this point, because Sonic's trying to catch up to Eggman to deal with the Death Egg to deal with something called the Death Egg plot, and Tails.
Oh, so you're forced to play as Tails.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision. It's
Okay.
yeah, and so Tails is trying to catch up to Sonic because he saved him and everything, and he's super cool and wants to catch up. But then he gets involved in his own little way once you'll see the boss, and I sort of like what they did.
It is interesting.
Though the thing is that I think they gave Tails. While this is super fun to fly around as Tails,
You definitely jumped into that on purpose.
maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But while it is really fun to fly around as Tails, I think they made him go on for a little too long.
Well, this level, as in the level feels long.
No, as in, because you know Tails
This
gets
flight
tired.
seems too long.
Yeah, the fly, like as I said, it's awesome, but it feels a bit too awesome. It controls fine,
you
but
always have to balance that sort of thing.
yeah, those certain levels later like do things a little bit better. But Tails' first few levels, are just like you could really, if you knew where to fly, it really just does skip a lot. Though,
Because I saw you flying for a big chunk of that level.
yep. Though there are something I like about this game is that there's not a lot of bottomless pits. There are danger pits, usually, where there's like a lot of spikes or crazy enemies or Eggman monitors down if you fall. So you don't instantly die, but you're most certainly going to get hit, and it's going to be, well, you're very likely to get hit, and it's usually going to be hard to get out from there. But they're not instant death, and you know what? Just considering how high speed the platforming is and all that stuff, just like I like that. I prefer that. Thing is, though, that as
Oh, I just breathed in really loudly,
yes,
and I'm like, is that gonna show up on the recording?
well, I heard you. Well, I definitely heard you, so of course it is.
Okay, and then I also sent a text message, and I'm like,
Oh, come
are
on,
these
man!
clicks?
This is the
No, well-
first recording thing we've done in ages, and you're already pulling this on me.
No, here's the thing. It's not my fault that my recording equipment is so good.
In fact, you know what? Just to be sure, check the recording.
It's fine. I'm looking down at it.
Okay,
As
cool.
in, it's really close to me. I'm wondering how loud I am right now.
Also, this game does the same thing where after a while, if the thing keeps spinning, it will eventually lock you into your speed forward, and you won't do any special stages. Luckily, the special stages are not needed for Chaos Emeralds. However, getting a Chaos Emerald is simultaneously, well, I mean, getting the true ending is simultaneously simple but seemingly extremely hard in execution.
Seemingly or deceptively.
I
That's what you're trying to say.
Well, it's weird because I don't know if this classifies as deception. Basically what you do is that you go through the game as quickly as possible. You have certain like time points that count down every 2 seconds. And if you finish the game before those time points count down, completely, which is basically around 2 hours or so, then you get the true ending. Now the thing is that I don't know if special stages actually count for this because, you get lives for this, so it's good that you come in here. It's not a waste, but like I don't know if that actually still counts. But even then, it's weird, and I just don't. I just like don't know because I'm pretty sure I went over the time. They even showed me the negative time points at the end of the game, but I fought the true ending boss, so I don't know if they patched it out because it really was too hard. Because while I was playing, I was just like, oh,
Yeah, because I'm thinking that it doesn't seem fun to have a Sonic fan game, like you're playing a fan game, that you're forced to finish in 2 hours, like you're just forced to breeze through it.
yeah,
And again, I guess the idea is that you play the normal thing, you play it at your own pace, and then once you got the story out of the way, say, okay, time to speed through it trending style.
yeah, but
I like that background. I like how tall that back mountain is.
oh, well, okay,
It really adds to the scale
um, but
and how far back it is as well.
I'm pretty.
And like the water like peeking through the mountains, it's all well done.
Yeah, I never really took much stock of that. But yeah, pretty sure I got negative time points and yet it's got true 5 bucks, but I'm not complaining. I would have. The problem is that as I was going, the stage just like they kept adding more and more stages. And like, no, it.
Wow, someone just machine gun fired.
Yeah. But oh wow, that's actually it. That did not feel like 17 minutes.
Huh.
Well, I guess that's it then. I was getting into a groove.